Can you picture an athlete who performed unique gymnastic tricks while standing on his hands and learned it on his at a street playground? This athlete is truly exceptional, having conquered his fear of heights. Just take a look. Basketball courts, fence gates, a train station, workshops, anywhere this guy can do a handstand. A handstand push-up on the bar with clapping hands as he releases his grip looks incredibly impressive. What's next? Maybe a marathon on hands? Or climbing 10 stories of his apartment building while walking on his hands? Don't try this at home. Just kidding. I invite you to delve into the world of the most incredible handstand tricks, and perhaps you, too, will be interested in mastering control over your body, at least to 10% of these street athlete skills. Keep in mind, he learned all of this on his own, practicing on the streets of Brooklyn, New York. But I must emphasize, it's not easy. The protagonist of this video dedicated more than 8 years of consistent workouts to achieve this level of confidence. Therefore, I strongly advise against attempting this without proper training. Now let's shift our focus to Brooklyn, New York. Many scenes in this video will be recognizable to fans of street workouts, as legends like Hannibal and other renowned athletes trained on these very streets. I featured a video about Hannibal a year ago. The hero of this video boasts 50,000 Instagram followers, where I discovered him. You might be thinking, is this athlete a full-time professional with time to spare for training? The answer is no. He works as a metal welder in a factory, making time for workouts almost daily, often in the early morning before work. He pays close attention to how he feels, taking breaks between sessions. This immediately dispels the excuses of those who work physically demanding jobs, citing fatigue and lack of time as barriers to training. Some of his videos are recorded in workspaces during lunch breaks. He ingeniously incorporates factory equipment into his routines. There is a funny story about one video shoot involving his coworkers. Everything seemed fine at first, but one colleague got a bit too comfortable and received a gift in the form of a kick to the face. Of course, everyone had a good laugh, and everything was fine. Some Instagram posts even mention training session at 5 AM on workdays. In the following section of the video, we'll explore how the main character overcomes his fear of heights and whether he is consistently confident in performing these daring tricks. This aspect will undoubtedly interest many viewers. Besides the acrobatics, he also trains for basic exercise, pull-ups, muscle-ups, push-ups, which is essential to ensure his muscles stay strong. In one video, the athlete performs 20 pull-ups and follows up with 10 handstand push-ups. It's also interesting that seemingly any standard gym would be too easy for him, so he chooses more creative places for training. If you ever see a guy on top of a boss, don't be alarmed. It's just his next trick. He frequently incorporates unstable surface into his routines, which help boost his confidence when performing at heights. He also practices combinations like muscle-ups followed by handstand on the bar, a visually striking and powerful exercise. This confirms that he is not only refining his handstand technique but also focusing on strength training. This athlete pushes his limits by executing some exercises blindfolded and by adding extra weight with a chain. He executes various jumps into a handstand and seamlessly transitions from the bar to a handstand by using his toes to swing himself up, showcasing remarkable balance and agility. In one video, he manages to perform muscle-ups with more than 10 kilograms of additional weight, followed by a handstand on the bar. This display gives the impression that he can perform handstands and push-ups on virtually any surface, even in windy outdoor environments. Whether on basketball courts, fence gates, a train station, or in the workshop, this guy can execute a handstand. This training style, in addition to the army, undoubtedly makes him prepared for the apocalypse. He'll be able to do handstands on any structure during a zombie apocalypse. Even the zombies will be impressed. The handstand push-ups, with his hands releasing from the bar and clapping, are particularly visually striking. If watching this video inspires you to attempt some tricks of your own, ensure you prioritize safety and consider proper insurance. Be consistent and cautious in your training. Let's now overlook the fact that this athlete, apart from his handstand feats, adopts a diverse training approach. He has a keen interest in martial arts, particularly jiu-jitsu. There are several videos showcasing his participation in local jiu-jitsu competitions, serving as his supplementary hobby. His circle of friends has adapted to these intense life regimens, with even his girlfriend showing an interest in calisthenics. They frequently train together, whether on the streets or in a gym. His incorporation of weight training hints at his desire to develop a well-rounded skill set. Regarding leg training and calisthenic gymnastic elements like the full planche, he occasionally practices them. However, he seldom engages in freestyle workouts. When it comes to leg training, he incorporates exercises like pistol squats and exhibits an affinity for parkour. He also dedicates some gym time to leg training. A toned overall body is crucial for mastering such hand balances, with bulky legs being counterproductive and hindering performance. To achieve a full planche, he relies on strong shoulders, which are the primary muscles needed for this exercise. Handstand push-ups are a staple of his workout routine. It would be fascinating to see him explore other calisthenics exercises. What sparks an athlete's interest in handstand training when few are willing to undertake such risky stunts? A thorough examination of his Instagram account reveals striking similarities with a former member of the Bar-barians Calisthenics team created by Zef Zakaveli. Only athletes with over a decade of training will recall a member of that team known as Nyrok. He was a bold, stocky individual who mastered handstands in various extreme variations. Many admired his videos for years. However, Nyrok eventually parted ways with the Bar-barians and Zakaveli. You likely concur the Nyrok's exercises bear a striking resemblance to those of our video's protagonist. Recalling this connection, I delved into post-dating back to 2017 and came across videos showcasing the two athletes working out together at gym. In one of his posts, our video's protagonist expressed his gratitude to Nyrok for being a source of motivation and inspiration in the realm of handstand training. I believe that aficionados of old-school calisthenics will fondly remember the era of the get-workout street sports movement. As an athlete who has conquered his fear of heights, he has showcased numerous daring stunts. He admits to being attracted to elevated structures and handrails, not interested for handstands. Even performing handstands on street venues carries its own set of high risks. As a result, the athlete leaves very little room for mistake. He initially perfected his handstand skills on ground-level surfaces, gradually progressing to more elevated structures. This cultivation of muscle memory bolstered his confidence when handling more challenging heights. Having honed your physical skills and mastered your thoughts in your head, it reduced the possibility of failure and increases the accuracy of your handstand and cushion. Imagine in your mind that the surface you are balancing on is at ground level. This way you can act as confidently as if you were on the ground, if you convince your brain of this. He starts with low surfaces, with a safety net, and moves higher and higher. The athlete candidly confesses that, even with his exceptional skills, none of videos on his page were captured on the first attempt. Acknowledging the inherent risks in paramount to mastering this training style, appreciate the extended learning process and recognize that these tricks demand both attention and patience. Prioritize safety above all else. After all, he explained that he has been doing these exercises on his hands for over 8 years. I thought that in the time I could have told my neighbor to stop parking in my spot, but it seems I'm worse than him at using my time and procrastinating. You might be curious more about the identity of the video's protagonist, given that I haven't mentioned his name until now. I reached out to him via several private messages, yet I didn't receive a response for over a week. My messages remained unread, most likely due to ending up in his spam folder. Additionally, the athlete seldom frequents the internet. I had numerous intriguing questions in mind for him regarding his training. Perhaps a second part about this athlete will materialize in the future. Nevertheless, I did manage to uncover his name from another TikToker's video. Our athlete name is Max, and his Instagram is also under the same name. I had my doubts, but I later verified this information in another video. I leave Max's contact information in the description. Today Max serves as a true testament to willpower and self-discipline. His handstand tricks have left a lasting impression on all who've witnessed them, and he continues to expand his horizons in this field. If you have any questions about the video or this athlete, feel free to leave a comment. By the way, I've been engaged in calisthenics science 2011. I began coaching people online in 2019, assisting individuals from different countries in achieving their bodyweight fitness goals. You can write to me via the contact details provided under the video. Additionally, consider supporting my YouTube channel with a donation, and I'll send you a book detailing my workout experience. This book covers workout mistakes and nutrition advice. You can find the link to my contact information in the pinned comment beneath the video or in the video description. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to stay updated on new videos.